The crisis at the border has fallout from small towns to big cities. An hour and a half away from Beaumont is a fast-growing development called Colony Ridge. Critics say it's become a metropolis of migrants, a symbol of the border crisis. Others even claim it's a haven for the Mexican drug cartels. It's a community in Liberty County now mired in controversy, and now it is the epicenter of our country's immigration politics. Up Highway 105, Cleveland still has that old small town charm. But a few miles outside the city limits, a new land rush has created an unincorporated boomtown.
This is the main drag of Colony Ridge community.
This is Liberty County Precinct 6 Constable Zach Harkness's jurisdiction. Colony Ridge, a name that's become synonymous with illegal immigration. A lightning rod for conservative criticism.
Apparently, it has become basically a giant settlement spot for illegal immigrants.
The experts warn it invites cartel activity.
You import the third world. You end up becoming more third world.
Many of the roughly 50,000 who live here are skilled day laborers.
They could be working in Beaumont. This is no man's land right now. This is all the stuff that's going to happen.
Harkness says it's safe here, aside from a juvenile gang issue that's now on their radar. But he notes the visible presence of law enforcement. But those who live here say there are a lot of misconceptions about Colony Ridge. Right there is the community center. It's located right next to a splash pad that gets very busy during the summertime. Over there is a new elementary school. It's part of the Cleveland ISD. And behind here are new homes that look like they can be part of any other Houston suburb.
So you feel this is a safer option than the city of Houston?
Oh, absolutely.
Cynthia Silva lives in Colony Ridge and writes for the area's online Spanish newspaper.
There was a lot of backlash from people out in Plum Grove or Cleveland or Splendora to where it was a culture shock for them. They just weren't ready.
So we have to address the illegal immigration controversy. I'm sure you're asked about it all the time.
John Harris, the CEO of Colony Ridge, sat down with us.
Is it accurate to say that most residents in Colony Ridge are undocumented?
No, that's just not true. If they borrow money from us, 77% have either a social security number or a tax ID number. And we don't ask. That's the real reason we never know the actual number, because we're not allowed to ask. It's illegal for us to ask.
Colony Ridge started with 500 acres 13 years ago. Now it's the size of Washington, D.C.
Over time, your development became controversial. It became a political issue, right?
Sure.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis posted, "I will end this." Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton alerted Congress, saying it's distressing neighboring cities and school districts.
It's been getting increasingly worse. It's dangerous. You've got apparently businesses there who are more than willing to take advantage of those who come here illegally, charge them high interest rates, and they're making a killing off of it.
Colony Ridge became such a hot-button issue, it was put under the microscope in the Texas legislature's third special session. The head of DPS, Colonel Steve McCraw, testified Colony Ridge is not a cartel hotbed.
The bottom line is that we got really more of a growth problem and limited law enforcement resources as opposed to a crime problem.
And the governor got backed into a corner. He responds to the people of Texas, and the news was so crazy that the people of Texas were screaming at him.
Harris's brother and business partner Trey has donated more than $1 million to Governor Greg Abbott.
I've never met him, and
You've never met him?
I've never met the governor.
In December, you started taking fire from the left. The Biden DOJ filed a lawsuit against your company
for operating an illegal land sales scheme and targeting tens of thousands of Hispanic borrowers with false statements and predatory loans.
It doesn't make sense that I started a 20-year relationship with my customers when they sign loan documents by tricking them. This is a partnership. It's not a fight. I provide something for them, they give me money for that. And a guy that crosses the border, I can't make any money from a guy that doesn't have any money.
As for the disorder at the border, Harris has an opinion.
We have to have strong borders.
But he knows Colony Ridge will continue to invoke strong opinions. Harris also says he's committed to law enforcement. The Colony Ridge Property Owners Association funds 13 additional Liberty County law enforcement positions to patrol the area. He maintains the data shows that is the safest part of Liberty County. As for all the growth, one day he admits the population at Colony Ridge could be, years down the road, 250,000 people.